Hi, I'm Sync. I'm a Geometry Dash moderator who yells at levels. I got a comment on my last video talking about some other level, and it said, why isn't Amethyst epic? And I kind of thought, no, like, he has a point. I genuinely don't know. I combed through some recent epics because I was bored. Honestly, Amethyst is at the same quality of those levels that have a similar style, so like, why isn't it epic? Does Rob just hate raiding demons? Is the deco just not good? Well, I did a bit of research and figured out that there's a reason why Amethyst is only featured that you may not have even thought of. Stick around till the end of the video because you will never expect what the actual conclusion is. And like the video and subscribe now so this video can get sent to more people, and genuinely comment down below a level you want me to discuss in the next video. Okay, let's go! Okay, let's get something out of the way. The decoration. I don't really want to focus on the quality of the decoration of Amethyst in this video, because really it's not bad at all. It's good art, it's consistent the entire way through, and it works well for the difficulty. I mean, it's not my thing. I've mentioned before that I'm not huge on art type levels, but honestly, it's fine. But I will say, it's nothing terribly special. Like, there's a ton of different levels that use this kind of decoration style. Hell, I just reviewed a similar one, but it's not bad. I've seen levels that look like this get epic, even legendary. So there must be something other than its decoration that caused Amethyst to only get feature, right? Your first thought might be that maybe it just got unlucky. I don't know why it would have gotten unlucky though, like basically everyone knows about this level. Like, sometimes a level gets rated after only one mod sends it. Someone sends it, Rob just happens to see it, and he rates it. And sometimes a level has 30 sends and it doesn't get rated. It's just a thing that happens. If Rob only saw like one mod sending the level for feature, and then he gave it a feature based off of that, I'd get that, but it's Amethyst. Surely more mods saw it. I mean, it is the top one. Well, if the level didn't get unlucky with the sends it got, and the deco quality is really good, what could possibly have been the reason that it got only a feature? Well, what about the gameplay? That's where the problems start. Now, you might expect me to say, well, the gameplay's bad, but that's not the case. It's a lot more complicated than that. Let's take a step back for a second and take a look at demons in general, rather than just Amethyst, because Amethyst is a demon. Ever noticed how it's like harder to get demons rated? Well, for one, Rob doesn't rate demons as often, but that's besides the point. Think about what a mod has to do to judge a level. They see if they like how it looks, and they like how it plays. Chances are, if the level is above, say, a medium demon, it's kinda hard to judge the gameplay. Not only is it a slog to play in practice mode, you have to like get to a part and then die, and then die, and then place 5 more checkpoints and then die. You don't really get a feel for the gameplay unless you learn every part. Like, think about trying to judge gameplay in, say, Limbo, in just a practice run. You can't do it. This is even more the case if you're just watching a video of the level, which is why I don't really like doing it, because you don't get a feel for the gameplay at all, because you can't click in a video. So this is what I mean by this tangent. If mods play a level that has fun gameplay, that can bump it up a rating when they send it. So, level has good gameplay, they have fun playing it, they say, I guess it doesn't look that good, but it could possibly be a feature or an epic. But if the gameplay is too hard for any given moderator, then if the gameplay is good, it can't really be bumped up because the mod can't play it. They'd have to wait and look for other people's opinions on the gameplay. Furthermore, playing through demons is inherently annoying because it takes more time. You can have fun practicing through a demon, but it's a bit annoying when you're trying to get to other levels. So, if levels of sending from mods are factored into rates, I presume that they are, based off of this clip from a stream Rob Top did, and like, common sense. I hope they're factored in. Then it wouldn't be surprising that demons are harder both to get rated and to get a higher rating. Because difficult demons don't have that gameplay enjoyability buff that easier levels have. So we know why demons are harder to get a higher rating on, usually. But like, what about Amethyst specifically? First, let's look back at the decoration thing. I said that the decoration was both on par for epic, as well as that it was high profile and could have a lot of sends because more people have seen it. Now, there's something about the moderator system that's not unfair, but it's a symptom of no-lifing Geometry Dash. Chances are, you or another person watching this haven't seen all that many levels like Amethyst before. Many people who say epic or legendary or why is it not mythic may not have seen levels like this before. It's either that or they just really like art style levels. Either or. This is my opinion entirely, but in and of itself, Amethyst doesn't really do anything crazy out of the box, and I, and probably other mods too, have seen like a billion levels for any given style. It's why I can just name realistic art levels off the top of my head. I've just seen so many. So Amethyst's decoration doesn't really stand out to a lot of people who have just seen more levels. I don't know. So like, you can look at it and say that's unique, whereas I could look at it and say that's another realistic art extreme. Combine this fact with more mod sends, and you could end up with more sends with a lower rating if other mods have a similar mindset to me. That being, I've already seen other levels that look like this isn't that unique. Now, depending on how much Rob factors sends in, which I don't know, I am only going off of Rob's public stream information, more sends for a lower rating could have an effect on what Rob eventually rates for. Maybe that's the 1 or something? 0 being rate, 1 being feature? I don't know. In the end though, it's Rob's decision and it's Rob's system. So if anything, whatever rating happens is on him entirely. Mods are just like an extra stat for him to look at. Mods just find him stuff. And I'm pretty sure that's how he wants it. But levels with similar decoration get epic, legendary, mythic all the time. Why is Amethyst and other top ones different? Well, there's a more important aspect about Amethyst, though, that I haven't mentioned yet. It's really, really, really hard. I can't even comprehend the difficulty. It's the hardest level in Geometry Dash that has been verified. How is anyone, including myself, supposed to judge the gameplay? How are we supposed to know if it's, like, good to play or not? Remember Avernus? When that level dropped, everyone, I really do mean everyone, said the gameplay was awful, terrible, worst gameplay ever created. But, like, now I've been hearing that it's fun after people started actually beating it? So realistically, could Avernus have been featured instead of rated because the gameplay was good? I don't know. There's nothing to go off of. Now, you could say, why not just have top players on the mod team, but like, who? There's one person who has significant progress on Amethyst, and even then, you can't really trust one person on gameplay. That's why you get more than one playtester per level. What I'm saying is, the gameplay is so hard that it is incomprehensible to everyone except like 3 people. Honestly, when Amethyst dropped, I just didn't touch it until I heard whether someone found it fun, and by that time it already got rated. So, to summarize, the gameplay is so hard that I have no idea how to begin to judge the gameplay, and there is really no one who can judge the gameplay besides Zoink right now. Now, what do I mean by saying all of this? Well, top 10 demon levels are weird. They get a lot more attention when they drop. Instead of maybe like 5 to 10 mods hearing about the level, half of them hear about it, maybe more. I see discourse about levels that are in the top 10 on Twitter, Reddit, YouTube comments. People yell about these levels getting rated. People yell about these levels not getting rated. Levels like this obviously make a mark on the community. They're going to get millions of downloads and millions of views on several different platforms. Figuring out what to do with them just feels different. I personally feel that a send that I give on a high profile level is more important and urgent than, you know, the average daily level. And that could theoretically be the case with other mods. Again, this is just my opinion only. And obviously, what mods send a level for has at least some effect on how the level gets rated. More sends means something else will happen. A daily level could have 1 to 2 sends before it gets rated. Amethyst could have had 50. I do not know. Furthermore, more community outcry means that Rob has to figure out what the best course of action is. It could have a completely different thing going on that we don't know about. And I think, specifically for top demons, it's harder for them to get a higher rating because of this effect that I'm talking about. I cannot speak for anyone else, but I am absolutely more conservative with top levels because I have to think harder about them. I'm sending a level without knowing what the gameplay is like or what other people really think about the level. Normally I'd give a solution for this phenomenon, but there really isn't a solution. The community wants these levels rated right away, but to get a good gameplay estimate on a top extreme takes weeks, months, even perhaps a year. The only thing I can think of is to have some sort of temporary rating, where the level is given stars, and then once that level is played enough, it can be bumped up to epic or something. And at that point, does it really matter? I believe that Amethyst is only featured because not only is it a special case because it has so much more attention brought to it, but the gameplay of the level is completely not factored in because no one is able to judge the gameplay. And those two reasons alone are why I think the level is only featured and not epic or legendary. Now, the rating system isn't perfect, but it's what we have, and at the very least it works fine. It's way better than what it was before, trust me. I can make an entire video on what the rating system used to be like. But the system that we have tends to struggle with high-profile, top-level verifications. I mean, some of them use certain hacks that we're not sure what to do with. Some of them are really bad gameplay-wise, but nobody's able to judge them because nobody's playing them. Some of them are not decorated as well as other ones. Some of them are kind of clones of other levels. And all of these happen with every other difficulty of levels, but when it's a top 10, it really matters because everyone is going to know about it. Giving a weird rating on a level that maybe only 1,000 people are going to play is way different from a level that is going to blow up on every single platform. And that's why it's kind of scary to give a certain rating to a certain level, or even rate a level to begin with. And that's where the limits of the rating system happen. Maybe that'll improve in the future, I don't know. In the end, I am just a mod. I just send levels to RobTop, and he does whatever he wants with them. A lot of people expect mods to know more than they actually do. To be honest, most of the things I say in this video are based on an educated guess of what I know from public information. Anybody else could come to this conclusion. Mods are not some hive mind. Every single mod has their own opinions on things and can have a completely different opinion from me on all of this. So just take what I say with a grain of salt. In the end, it is all up to Rob. And I personally think that's okay. I'm glad I'm not the guy who has to rate these things.